to like the way I put together verses and hooks and songs and what I'm talking about, which is still my life, but it was a lot more edgier and a lot more, dare we say, risque. Even though I wasn't cussing, but it was a lot more risque than say a Crisscross or other shit that was out at the time. And I'm just thinking about like, damn, I had a dream even back then, but I just didn't have I didn't have a story. Like my story hadn't taken shape yet, you know? So going from there to running into Cap and KT and Matt Money and Big Country, Doug and C-Rod, like they actually gave me something to rap about. You know what I'm saying? The shit that we went through, the shit that we did. Because at first, you know, I was expecting to be a little bow wow ass nigga. Like I was rapping since I was and I was like putting a plan together ever since I was like little. You know, I was young, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, putting a plan together. Like, Tip, what you doing? Formulating a plan. What? Nigga, you tripping. But that's what I was doing. Like, I was really trying to figure my way out the motherfucking ghetto. And from there to running into them, because when the first demo I recorded, didn't nobody want to sign me. Because they, I guess, you know, the shit I was talking about, nobody wanted to let their kids hear that. By the time I ran into them, I was really on some, man, fuck the rap shit. I started selling dope and started doing a bunch of wild shit. There's no need to.
It was fun.
That is Mac Bonin. Per Mac Bonin.
You've already heard about most of it. So, but the thing is, going through that, it gave me a database for like just things to pull from and put to music. And the magic of it all is that I wasn't the only motherfucker going through it. You know what I'm saying? So as I was collecting this data and making these songs and doing this shit, there was other motherfuckers who was going through it too. And I'm sure when they heard me, they was like, damn, we can do that? The same way I felt when I heard Too Short. Or, you know, anybody else. Like, Crisscross. So I heard my first rap song that I memorized by heart was LL Cool J, I'm Bad. My first rap tape that I had of my own given to me by my uncle was Too Short. Life is Too Short. My first rap tape that I owned that was purchased was Two Line Crew, Nasty Dick. Yeah, my grandmama bought it. After Peppermint Music in Greenbelt Mall. But anyway, so the same way, when I heard things and I was like, damn, that could happen, and then I heard Crisscross, so I wanted to rap because I was in the culture and I was listening to music and I felt like I could do it. I was motherfucking taking the test in 3rd grade, finished it early. My Uncle Quint said, if I get another call about you, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So I knew I had to be good.
Oh yeah.
I was under one of those real like pressure cooker type weeks. Like when I got 2 calls, 1 more, that's your ass. So I got to be good, you know what I'm saying? So I finished the test and I can't act out. So I started writing, figure out I could rap, perform it on the playground at recess, motherfucker go crazy, want me to do another one the next day, so on, so on. So then I became the nigga who rap. But I didn't know until I saw Crisscross that you could do this shit as a kid. I thought there was some shit I had to be LL Cool J age. I thought I had to be, you know, grow up. And so when I saw that, that's when I felt like, okay, it's time. We got to, if they could do it, we could do it. They were just hanging in the mall. I'm in the mall every week.
We were there at the same time.
I mean, you know, but the important part about it is they gave me something to aspire to be. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully I did that for somebody, somewhere, doing something worth doing today.
Me,
you know what I'm saying?
bro. That shit for me.
Word. Man, come on, y'all.
Word.
I just think, bruh, that this shit that we do is about evolving and pushing the culture forward. It was very important for me to let motherfuckers know from all other areas of the world that niggas from down south are still hood niggas and still respectable niggas and can still rap too. You know, because it seemed like at a certain point you had to be one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Either you was exceptional in your skills or, you know, you was a street nigga who people just listen to you because you was a street nigga and you happened to rap. Like, my goal was to merge those two things together. You know, bring Sammy Sam and Outkast together. You know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
You did that.
That was my vision.
Mission accomplished.
You know what I mean? Take a motherfucker who really from the hood, who really doing the street shit. You know what I mean? Who really about that action. And then take some motherfuckers who was exceptionally gifted and had a vision and just could really rap their ass off. And bring that shit together for other motherfuckers to see. Because a lot of times, LA, Chicago, New York, they saw Outkast. They ain't know shit about Sammy Sam. You know what I mean?
No kilo, none of that.
Or, yeah, but so my vision was to merge the efforts and applications of those skills together. But I couldn't have did it without motherfuckers in the room. I have a strong support system. I have a lot of people who, you know, if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be shit. Not because I ain't the shit, but it's just because, you know, less people would know if it wasn't for the people in the room. So I appreciate that, and you know, I think through God all things are possible. And there was a lot of times I wanted to give up, a lot of times I wanted to quit. A lot of times I felt like this shit wasn't gonna work, you know, and shit. A lot of these loudmouth, obnoxious ass niggas, especially the fat ones. You know, they wouldn't let me accept anything less from myself than greatness. You know what I'm saying? The way I saw how they looked at me, the way I saw how they, you know what I mean, they expected greatness from me and made me expect more greatness from myself. And KP allowed me the opportunity, or afforded me the opportunity, extending his great favor coming from L.A. Reid in the face, the University of the Face, and you know, accepted me into the fold immediately. It wasn't never no Ricky treatment. Nobody never treated me like no Ricky. I don't remember that. I don't.
Hey man, I'm sorry. There was a moment. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that shit right there. There was a moment where I had to pick this nigga Usher up from the studio.
Yeah, Usher. Okay.
God damn it. Go ahead. There you go. Go ahead. That one time.
So I ride with KP. He picked me up, you know, at the trap, and we riding to go with Usher, picking up Usher, and so we versus. What happened was, right? we go and pull up, and we get out the car. So me and KP, we get out the car. We pick him up, and we get out the car, and we standing outside the car, and we're talking, and we're all talking, and you know, then we finished the conversation, and it was time to go. So I go back to the front seat, because that's how I got here. And my good brother Usher, he comes to me, he said, hey man, you think I can, excuse me? So long story short, me and Usher damn near come to blow about the front seat. Nah, for real, I'm like, bruh, I'm tripping. And, you know, we resolved that conflict and we moved on. Usher's a great friend of mine. Visited me both times when I was in prison. I have nothing bad to say about it. But we had to get through that. We had to work through that moment together as a family. But aside from that, but look though, aside from that, man, like the first time I was ever
We left like we came.
You stayed in the front?
Absolutely. The first time.
No, great question. Great fucking question.
But the first time I was ever invited around everybody, like Dre, Big, Cujo, Gil, CeeLo, Timo, J-Bo, Sean Paul, like, bruh, they ain't never treated me like a new nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was always, where you from the town? Where you from? I'm from Bankhead. What about on Bankhead? Center Hill. And then immediately Cujo like, nigga, I'm from Church Street, nigga, what's up? I'm like, yeah, what's happening? You know, who your people? You know, what school you went to? Nigga, Durham, Grove Park, West Fulton, Usher, you know what I'm saying? St. Paul of the Cross, you know what I mean? So, and I was just like embraced. They were like, man, this nigga from the town for free. And it didn't hurt that I could go across to the mall. See, we were staying in the Sofitel.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's right across the street from the mall.
This is a big point. Bring something to the table. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was what you call a heat-seeking missile. Anytime it wasn't no motion,
Tiny.
I'm going,
Earmuffs.
and I'm
Earmuffs
coming
tiny.
back with motion. You hear me? And if you don't know what that means, you ain't supposed to know what that means. But Big Boy said to me, hey man, I tell you what, hey look, bro. Alright, cool. I'm gonna goddamn chill for a minute. You go do what you do and come back to my room, and then you know what I'm saying, we'll meet up. I'm like, what? Come back? Big Boy just told me to pull back up in his room. I'm fresh out of trap. You hear me? So for that kind of embracing and allow me on their bus, the freestyle.
On camera.
On camera, Rap City, Big Legs, Joe Claire, and all that old shit. That shit made me not want to sell no dope no more. I ain't never say I gave Matt Boney my dope. The rest of my dope that I had, the hustle up on real, I gave it to Matt Boney. I said, I don't want to do it no more. And it ain't like I blew up and went platinum overnight. You know what I'm saying? There was some hungry nights after that. There was some sacrifices that were made. But I knew I ain't want to do that. That shit, I just felt like that was, you know, a greater plan. So man, I ain't really got a whole lot of more shit to say. So thank you, and everybody. I appreciate everybody's contribution. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, J-Bo. Thank you, Nikhil.
Thank you, bro.
Doug,
Thank you.
Clay, Toon, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Reese, Mello, KP. Thank you, Tamika. So Tamika let us record in her studio.
Hey, that's definitely they make fun trap music, boy, for sure.
She let us record, and although you know she had the opportunity to get in on this a lot sooner.
Get in on the ground level.
All of my family, my cousins in here, Shad, Rakia, Javon, I appreciate y'all. We all came up together just with dreams of doing great shit, you know what I mean? Dreams of taking what we do and putting it on the big stage. We was able to do that. And it's a big reason why I really don't give a fuck about what nobody feel and think about me. I know. I'm gonna give you another story. So the King of the South shit, what Short said was the absolute truth. A lot of motherfuckers were saying, man, who does this nigga think he is saying the King of the South? And I mean, nah, to be honest with you, pimp
Never said that.
never said nothing.
Exactly.
Never said nothing. Not by me. Never. Never. I'm gonna tell you why. After KP and I had that moment in his car where he challenged me, or really, it was more like I said, "Who's the king of the South?" And he says, "Nobody. Nobody ever said it." And I would start thinking, and I guess he could see it on my face, thinking. And we looked at each other and had like I don't know, maybe a Bill and Ted. And he was like, "You."
Of course, I think we all do something.
I will. That we just happened to be on the way to this motherfucking studio to record 2 Block 9s with Beanie Siegel. And that's where, you know, the phrase was coined. That's where we
cemented.
Yeah, that's where we stamped me as the king of the South. And I'm gonna tell you something about that. I never felt it never meant anything to me until motherfuckers started telling me I couldn't be it.
Right.
I mean, it was just shit I was saying at first. King of the South, yeah. Cause I mean, Mystical was using it as Prince of the South, and it was like, yeah, I'm a Prince of the South. And it's like some cool shit to say in the verse. I'm like, yeah, alright, cool. So that's how I was treating it. Then when motherfuckers just started like trying to make me feel like I wasn't good enough to be it. I'm like, man.
Oh, you gotta go hard. No.
Wait. None of you niggas can't out-rap me for
I'm
one.
gonna say out-bust me then, nigga. Out-bust
And
me
you don't
then.
want to fight, and you niggas don't want to pull up, so I ain't. So, the thing is, I said, but I want to make sure the people that I respect, the people that embrace me on that bus, the people who, you know, who I grew up listening to, I want to make sure that they're not offended. So I spoke to Big Boy, I spoke to Drake, I spoke to Cujo, T.I.P, I spoke to CeeLo, I spoke to Bun, I spoke to 8 Ball, I spoke to MJG, Pimp C was in jail, but
Scarface.
Bun B was his proxy. I spoke to Scarface, you know what I mean? I spoke to everybody that I respected. Everybody who I felt like if this nigga got a problem with it, I fell away. I spoke to all them niggas first. And everybody said, shit, nigga, do that shit. That nigga Scarface said, nigga, I don't want to be king. No bullshit. That nigga Face said, I don't want to be king. Nigga, you can have it. I remember what Big Boy said that didn't mean as much then as it does now. He said, shit, bro, this shit sound cool. And I mean, as long as you take what come with it, because you gonna call yourself king, you gonna put a target on your back. And you can't be looking for no favors.
Straight up.
Motherfuckers ain't gonna be trying to help you if you call yourself the king. And I said, all right, thanks.
More fuel.
Right, so you good. So you good. You talking about smoke niggas. I don't care nothing about what them niggas talking about. You good. And I peeled out. And I remember I talked to Dre, and Dre was like, yeah, you know, like, I think Dre hit me with some shit like, what is king really? You know, Dre hit me with some. I remember asking Dre one time, man, at a club who was kicking shit, man. I believe nigga Chili Peppers or some shit like that. Yeah, all you old niggas. And nigga Dre, I think tonight, Thursday. Tuesday. It was both. That was a Tuesday.
It was.
Thursday. You might be
Yeah, that was, man. Anyway, I think Tuesday might have been 25 and over. That when y'all was in there. Look, but the nigga Dre was with me in the club, and I asked him, I said, bro, so just tell me, man, what's the secret? Like, how you doing it, bro? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? What's the secret?
Right.
That nigga say, shit. I don't know. Like, don't let them see you coming. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? I mean, I turned around and asked him, that nigga was gone.